Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 9 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Simon Borg. We start in Portland, where I thought there could have been a red card as early as the 18th minute. Check out this tackle by Vancouver's Ethan Sampson on Jorge Villafaña. He got a yellow for it, but I think it goes beyond reckless and rises to the level of endangering the safety. This last replay shows Villafaña's plant leg in between Sampson's thighs. There was another ugly tackle just before halftime, this time by Portland's Rodney Wallace on Gershon Kofi. And I think Wallace is lucky to only get yellow here, and it looks to me like he knows it. That endangered the safety of Kofi's plant leg. Another big call for referee Alan Chapman came near the half-hour mark when he awards a penalty to the Timbers for a handball by ex-Timber Pa Moduka. And the replays speak for themselves. The ball comes off Ka's leg, then strikes his elbow, which is sticking out in an unnatural position, at least for me. Chapman gets help from his assistant George Gansner, and it's the right call. But Darlington Nagbe can't take advantage. Next to RFK, where high-flying DC United down Crew SC 2-0, and they were also hoping for a penalty in the 77th minute. Luis Silva specifically. But I think it's a good no call. Michael Parkhurst holds his ground, and Silva is looking at the ball the whole way, and is surprised when he runs right into the defender. Otherwise, it was a pretty clean match for referee Baldomero Toledo, who had to deal with a stomp by Kai Kamara on Davy Arno in the second half. But it was totally incidental, yet still reckless, and probably deserved a yellow. Not much going on in the LA-Colorado match. The one play to check out is this foul by Colorado's Nick Labroca on LA rookie Ignacio Maganto. It's the 34th minute, but Labroca was already on a yellow. And you see LA's Robbie Rogers making the argument to referee Fotis Bazakos that perhaps a persistent infringement yellow was appropriate. And I think he has a strong case. That foul by Labroca was in fact the fourth foul committed on Maganto by that point, and the third foul in 4 minutes. Would have been a harsh send-off, but the ref would have had a reason for it. It would have also been a tough second yellow in the case of Sporting Kansas City's Sesanovic, who was sitting on a caution when he tugged on David Accam's shirt in the 62nd minute. The referee, Jose Carlos Rivero, correctly gave the advantage, but he doesn't come back to give the yellow to Sinovic for stopping a promising attack. I thought he should have been sent off. It was a Fire player who ultimately saw red in this one. David Accam swings an arm into the face of Jalil Anibaba, and Rivero sends him off. Straight red. I have absolutely no problem with this being considered violent conduct. Look at the ball. It's long gone. That's an off-the-ball blow to the head. The Fire didn't like the call, and they also didn't like what happened in second half stoppage time. Just seconds before the end of the match, Jeff Lorenowitz beats Sporting's Matt Beasler to this ball on the box, but Rivero doesn't call the penalty, and the Fire captain can't believe it. It would have been a massive decision to make at that point in the game, but I think penalty would have been the right call. Beasler totally whiffs on the ball and gets the man. Referee Soren Stoica and his crew had an interesting evening at Rio Tinto Stadium for Real Salt Lake versus San Jose. It started with a yellow for RSL captain Kyle Beckerman just a minute in, and it set him up for what I thought should have been his second yellow in the 30th minute. He absolutely waxed Matias Perez Garcia. That's a yellow every day of the week for me. I think he should have been off. Now, Beckerman played a major role in the most discussed incident from the match, the San Jose Earthquakes goal in the 19th minute. Here's the crux of the debate. Chris Wondolowski is undoubtedly offside on the original shot by Shea Salinas, but after the ball is deflected by Jamison Olave, it falls to Beckerman, who can't control it, and it winds up on the feet of Wondolowski, who scores. And assistant Anthony Vasoli never raises his flag. The laws of the game leave this open to interpretation. Page 108 makes this scenario a judgment call for the ref. If an opponent, quote, deliberately plays the ball, then the player who is offside, quote, is not considered to have gained an advantage. But I'm not sure the spirit of the law applies here. The ball is pinballing in the RSL box, and I think Wondo does gain advantage from his offside position. To Gillette Stadium, where New York Red Bulls midfielder Felipe felt he should have had a penalty in the 42nd minute after Teal Bunbury charges him from behind. And I agree with Felipe. Does Bunbury get the ball? Yeah, but he goes right through the guy. Referee Marcos de Oliveira says play on. I think the ref got it right on the other penalty appeal from the Red Bulls in second half stoppage time. Bradley Wright Phillips is adamant that he was pushed in the box. But what he doesn't see, because he's busy looking at the ball, is that Andrew Farrell has position. Forget the push. That's a handball on BWP. As you can tell from the intensity of that last play, this match was heated. A total of 7 yellow cards. There were also some post-game extracurriculars, including this hand to the face by Anatol Abang on Jermaine Jones. We showed you the Red Bulls' PK claims at Gillette, but they did get one in the midweek versus Colorado, and there was no doubt about it. Colorado Rapids right back Ben Noonan hauls down Sasha Kleshin, and the ball wasn't even in the proximity. Bradley Wright Phillips steps up to convert, but the Red Bulls may have also gotten lucky in that game. Their French defender Damien Perinel appears to haul down forward Dominique Badji in the 42nd minute. But no foul is called by referee Mark Geiger. Not only did I think it was a foul, but I thought it could have been a red for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity given his central position, even though there's another defender closing in from the side. And Perinel was perhaps twice lucky. In the 79th minute, he makes this risky tackle on Charles Elundu, and he nicks the ball, but he also goes through the player to do it. I would have called the penalty. Geiger says play on. Another big decision for the World Cup ref just as the clock struck 90 at Red Bull Arena. Check out Bobby Burling's tackle on New York's Sal Zizzo. That, to me, endangers his safety, and I would have gone with a red card, but Geiger opts for yellow. There were goals galore at BBVA Compass Stadium as FC Dallas had a field day on Friday, winning 4-1 against host Houston Dynamo. And it might have been worse had this potential penalty kick foul been called for Dallas in the 37th minute. Clumsy play by Houston's Brad Davis on this corner kick, and it looks to me like he deflects it with his left arm. And Mauro Diaz sure agrees. You see the Dallas playmaker with both arms up trying to get the attention of referee Jair Marufo. Speaking of Diaz, just a few minutes later, he might have been guilty of a penalty kick foul himself. This incident happened on Giles Barnes in the opposite penalty area. We see Diaz kick out, but we don't have the clearest of looks. Barnes is clearly adamant, but Marufo's not buying on that one either. The Philadelphia Union are having a pretty rough go of it so far in the season, and things aren't exactly breaking their way. Case in point, the goal they thought was the equalizer against Toronto FC with 11 minutes left on Saturday. But that one was called back for offside by assistant ref Corey Parker. Is Fernando de Stegueta ahead of Toronto's Colin Warner at the bottom of the frame? My gut says he is, but we just don't have the best angle on the replay to say for sure. The Union were also hoping for a penalty kick call and didn't get it in the 69th minute, even though it looks to me like Toronto's Ashton Morgan does clip Connor Casey's left leg just as he's bringing the ball down in the box. TFC Sebastian Jovinko was the hero for the Reds at PPL Park, scoring on this free kick, but some wanted him to get a simulation card in the 72nd minute. Not me. This angle shows that he was in fact stepped on by Philly defender Richie Marquez. I would have actually gone penalty kick there. One last one from PPL Park. Let's go to second half stoppage time when we see Josie Altidore and Zach Pfeffer getting into it, including what looks like a bit of a kick out by the Toronto DP. Referee Armando Villarreal didn't appear to see it. And we end at Yankee Stadium with the final match of the Week 9 slate, NYCFC versus Seattle. And the Sounders coming out on top 3-1, but there was controversy around their second goal by Clint Dempsey. Just a few seconds before he scored, Deuce was involved in an incident at midfield that left Ned Grabavoy down on the ground. But Dempsey made his way into the box to score. A few minutes later, we don't have a good sense for how angled Dempsey's elbow might have been when he left Chris Wingard bloodied. The foul was called, but no card from referee Silvio Petrescu. Dempsey's forward cohort, Obafemi Martin, scored 2 goals and was involved in a bit of controversy toward the end of the match. Was this a penalty in the 79th minute? To me, New York's Jebrovsky does cut in front of him and brings him down. That was a penalty to me, but Petrescu actually shows him a yellow for simulation. Martins went down again in the box in the 87th minute, but that challenge by Kwame Watson-Siriboe I thought was shoulder to shoulder and a fair one. Good no call by the ref there. Now, a penalty appeal on the other end. Yeah, Seattle's Chad Marshall gets the ball on this sliding challenge, but you can't go through the player to do it. David Villa can't believe it. That looked like a PK to me. NYCFC may not have gotten that call, but they did get this one. A red to Watson-Siriboe. The center back was sent off for a second bookable offense. Flailing arm to the face? Yeah, you betcha. That's a yellow. Now, before we leave, a quick reminder, keep using hashtag Instant Replay for all the plays you want to see here. That's all for now. For our editor, Abner Sevis, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time.